Hey, I'm Doug Romer, the original shoe chef, and today we're going to talk about heel tab replacement. So if you watched my first video, I talked to you about how to make a sewing off for heel tabs. And like I said, so if you have any questions on that, I'm not going to go over it again. You can go back and watch the last video. It goes into detail on that. So I'm going to go over the first way to do heel tabs, replace heel tabs, and that's going to be with a simulated stitch. So a simulated stitch is exactly what it sounds like. It's an actual stitch, but it's not going to be through the shoe. So what you're going to do is you take your thread, take your awl, you're going to pull enough thread through, and this is not going to be enough to go through this heel tab. I'm just going to do a little bit of it and show you. But so you get your thread looped through the needle and pull even amount through. And what you're going to want is you're going to want enough thread to where you can feed the thread through. So you're going to go through the heel tab, take it from one side of the needle, pull the thread through. And you're going to want enough thread on this side of the heel tab to go all the way around with one continuous stitch. And so if I were going to do a simulated stitch, what I would do is I would go all the way around and then come over and all the way across the top section as well. So you're going to want quite a bit more thread than this, but like I said, this is just to show you how to do it. So you'll then pull the needle out. So you've got thread on both sides of the heel tab. What you'll do then is go to the next hole and take and pull enough thread on that is right there next to it. Put the needle through, and then you're going to take your thread from the closest side to the thread that is on this side of the heel tab. So the easiest way to make sure that you've got the correct side of the needle is to take this thread and pull it, and you will see that thread that you've left looped tighten up on that side. If you do that, you've got the right side of it. Okay, if you take this and you pull it, and it either won't pull or it pulls the loose thread, you've got the wrong side. The reason I say that is if you go through the wrong side, what it's going to do is it's not going to tighten down. It's actually just going to pull the thread through, and then you've got to start over. So you'll take that thread, pull it through the loop, hold tension on this side, and then pull your needle through. So what you want to do is you want to pull that tight, and as you can see, you've got thread now on both sides of the heel tab. So you'll then just go through the next hole. Okay, you're going to do the same thing. Come through it again. Make sure that you get through the loop. It's easiest to grab it and get the end to go through. Pull it through the loop. And then you're going to come out and do the same thing. Each time you're going to take and tighten that down. If you don't have enough tension on the back side, it's going to pull the thread through. If you have too much tension, it's going to pull it through on the other side. So what you want to do is pull it, get even tension on it, and then you're going to just do it again. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I would end this, how I would finish this. Okay, so we've gone through a couple of times. Now we're going to act like we're to the last hole on this. And so what you would do is you would pull this through, and what you want to do is you want to get both ends of the thread on the back side of the heel tab. So you'll just take and pull that thread out of the needle, pull the needle out, and then once you're back here, you've got both ends of the thread here. And you can just take and tighten it down. So you'll just take and knot it, tighten it down, and so what you have is you actually have the simulated stitch here on this heel tab. It's not going to come loose, and then you would take this heel tab and actually glue it on to your Jordan 3 and put it back in place.